anti-sex trafficking. What were you doing with that?
So every year, so I'm now chair of the board for my organization there. I've been working with them for about 7 years, and this is kind of new, so I'm learning the ropes. It's a very different position than the ambassador, but I'm super excited to be a part of the decision making and knowing that every decision is with integrity because I'm making it.
Perfect.
I have a board, obviously, that supports me, and so we're all, the best interest of the girls is the only thought. It's all about keeping it small here in the U.S. so that all of the money and everything is going straight to our girls, and we just have very, very minor overhead here. So that's all a new thing for me as of the last month, but I made 4 or 5 trips this year just because of transitioning and everything. But every year for the last 6, 7, however many years, Christmas and New Year's is the time LA shuts down. So I know that I can promise to my babies, I will be there. I will be there. And so I had a big group. We brought Santa's sleigh, Christmas gifts and school supplies, and I had 2 of my cousins with me. I had a couple of my good friends, and we took the girls. Because of some funding cut setbacks, we haven't been able to take them on their annual trip. We try to, part of healing is celebrating too, so we try to at least take them to the seaside, like for one night, just one night, but we haven't been able to do that in a couple of years. So we were able to do that this year with the help of our Switzerland sponsor, Somaly Mam Foundation. They helped with the costs, and we had all of our girls in a big, huge tour bus down to the seaside. And
so exciting.
It was awesome. I don't want to come back, but I needed to be here. So,
how many girls do you work with when you're there?
It varies between 50 to 100 in the center. Somaly, the founder, has rescued over 7,000. So we are at any given time, empowering 5,000 girls, checking in, making sure that their reintegration, because the biggest goal is that we give them their lives back or give them a better life than they would have had. And so it's a matter of keeping up with them. We try to do that on Facebook. They love Facebook.
Oh, I bet.
So we can kind of follow and be like, okay, you're doing well. One of them has a coffee shop in the market, and one has a couple have hair salons they've opened. They like some of our vocational skills. They're teaching them hair, makeup, anything. We got 5 girls right now in college, like sold into slavery, rescued, full education, and now, studying to be psychologists, doctors, attorneys, all wanting to help other survivors. It's really cool.
That's amazing. That's so absolutely so touching and inspirational to hear. You've been doing a lot of really great work, and I was going to ask, you've been doing this for 7 years. What initially got you into it?
It's funny because when I first started telling this story, it was kind of like, well, I just really wanted to help these children. And I realized that is complete BS. I did think I was going there. The truth is, the honest truth of a very long story that I figured out not too long ago, I was sexually assaulted. My own story has a lot to do with why it's so personal for me. And they saved my life. I was very dark for a long time. I was putting on the face here in Hollywood, acting like everything's great, and suicidal, cutting up my wrists, like all kinds of stuff. And every one of those trips, every moment with, 100 girls coming up and jumping on me and hugging me and kissing me and showing me that I could be okay if I wanted to be. If I took a step towards myself, the world, universe, love would take a step towards me. And so the truth is, it's my own story. So
that's amazing. And it's interesting because I find often when you do works like that, it ends up affecting you more than what you're doing for them. So it's so true.
It's so funny you say that too, because every year I do this whole Dollar Tree run. And this year I had a couple of things come up and I wasn't able to literally do it until Christmas Eve. And then I got on the flight. And I saw the faces of the poor cashiers. The cashiers at Dollar Tree were looking at my 4 carts of stuff, and they were just like, we're going to kill this chick. Like, is she for real at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve? And I felt so bad, but I didn't have any other time. And there was a woman who was like, she came in kind of bypassed, and she was like, do I need to wait in line for with just for 4 items? And I was like, no, man, I'm literally I'm waiting to be the last one here. And she's like, oh, are you guys having a party? And I was like, I told her what we were doing, and she was like, oh my God, like she ends up giving me $20 towards it. Like what I've noticed is that people, like the second they know it's for someone else, suddenly they're like, why was, like, all of a sudden that line that they wanted to wait in is suddenly not a big deal at all. It's amazing.
Very true, and it's so great to actually see that happen.